Hey everybody, how is everybody? I want to see if you are connected. Who is connected right now? Ruth, bienvenida. Okay, Ruth, remember that this one is in English and the 4 p.m. is in Spanish. Miriam, desde Argentina, ¿cómo estás? Miriam, remember that this is going to be in English. 4 p.m. is in Spanish if you want to connect to the 4 p.m. workshop. Okay, so this is going to be in English. This workshop is going to be in English. So, hello, my name is Maria Isabel Angel from Colombia. I'm super happy to be here with you, with everybody. So, please say hello. Please tell me from where you are connected. If you are, I don't know, in the States, in Canada, in Russia, in China, in Japan, in Philippines, where are you from? So, let's start. Doris Parra, hello. Doris Parra is from Colombia, but she speaks English. So Doris, remember that this one is in English, okay? This one is in English. 4 p.m. is going to be in Spanish, okay? So let's start talking about the rhythms and about myself just a little bit, okay? So as I told you, my name is Maria Isabel Angel from Colombia. I have my Oriental Dance School here. This is my school, as you see. Okay, so this is my school, as you see, and I have been researching for more than 20 years about Oriental dance, Middle Eastern dances, and also rhythms. Okay, I just recently, I mean yesterday, I launched this book which is called 50 Rhythms that every belly dancer should know. Is in English and is in Spanish. Here I have the Spanish version, but we have also the English version, and I will talk about it later. Okay, so let's talk about the rhythms and why they are so important for us. Okay, we need to understand the rhythms because we need to understand the music that we are listening, and also because some rhythms are very particular to a culture, okay, a folk dance or a culture. So I mean, when we listen to the saidi rhythm or the hasha rhythm or the gandhara rhythm, we have to know and perhaps dance according to the folk of these that these rhythms represent. Okay, so for example, when we listen the gandhara, we know that is for dabke or Lebanese music, or usually dabke. When we hear, for example, the hasha, we know that is more Iraqi, Kauliya, or Aqs al Hasha. Okay, when we listen, for example, Adani, we know that is perhaps we can do some Khaliji movements. So this is why it's very important. Also, because we want to enjoy the music, and if we know the rhythms and the instruments and the singers and the lyrics, we are going to enjoy the music more. Okay, so this is why I think is very important. But the situation is that this is the Middle East in general. I'm going to talk about Egypt because this is the country that I know the most. So talking about Egypt in particular, they transmit the knowledge of music and also dance orally. Okay, so just between a teacher and a student, or between mom and daughter, or dad and son. Okay, so it's just orally. Okay, so we don't have a lot of documents. For example, in the dance, we don't have like a system that they say that it says, okay, you have to do this step, the name of this step is this, and you have to do it in this specific way. No. Okay, so everybody has a style, everybody develop and some names for the steps. So we don't have nothing is a standard in our dance. Okay, and with the music is the same. If you ask a drummer to play one rhythm, he will play the rhythm, and perhaps if you ask to another rhythm, another drummer to play the same rhythm, with the same name, I mean maxum, maybe this drummer is going to play something different. So it's something, the rhythms, for example, I found in my research, that is not according to the country or the area. It's according to every drummer. Every drummer is going to tell you something different. Okay, so this is why it's very confusing. See? Okay, so tell me if you have any doubt, if you are in the understanding my Spanglish. Just say hello, everybody. If everything is okay, just or send me little hearts or whatever, so I can read you. Okay, so don't you worry about this. I mean, this confusion that we have is normal. Everybody will tell us something different, and with the rhythms is the same. Is the same. So this cannot confuse us. This has to motivate us to just research and research and research more. Okay, so let's start talking about all these 30 rhythms that we are going to study today. The first one is going to be the maxum rhythm. Okay, so let's start. If you want to write or something or ask me whatever, you can ask me. Okay, so I'm going to start with the first rhythm. Okay, the first rhythm that we're going to study is the maxum rhythm. Some people say ma'asum because the q is silent. Okay, so ma'asum or maxum. It's a 4/4 rhythm, and this is how you spell it. Okay, dum tak tak dum tak. When you see an s, is because it's a silence. It's a silence. Okay, so you can say dum tak tak dum tak, or you can say dum tak es tak es. Okay, so this is the maximum rhythm, is 4/4. Okay, Anna Pineapple. Anna, hello, how are you? Is everything okay? Okay, everything is clear so far. Thank you, Doris. Okay, so this is the maximum 4/4. Dum tak tak dum tak. For example, in Turkey it has another name. Maybe in Morocco it has another name. But usually, for example, in Egypt and in the Oriental dance world, this is the maxum and that's it. How do you dance the maxum? Maxum, we usually just dance the beats. I'm not the accent, not every doom and every tak, just the beats. Dum tak tak dum tak tak dum tak. So you can do ondulation, you can do hip work, you can do maybe some traveling steps, but it's usually hip work. You do hip work, 1.5 or wahda unus or hip drop. You do hagalas or 3/4 shimmy. You can do some figure eights. You can do some circles. So you can apply the technique of Oriental dance when you listen to Maksum. Okay, Maksum in Arabic translates cut in half. Okay, this is what Maksum means. Okay, so this is the first rhythm. I'm going to play it for you. Here it is. Maksum 4/4 4/4. Dum tak tak dum tak 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 dum tak tak dum tak. Okay, so this is the maximum. Okay, let's continue with the second one. The second one is called Masmudi Swire. Some people say Masmudi Sahir also. And here in Latin America, it's very common. Everybody knows this rhythm as baladi. Okay, baladi rhythm. So Masmudi Swire, Masmudi Sahir, or baladi. Okay, it's a 4/4 rhythm, and it's the spell is dum dum tak. I'm going to play it for you. So this is the Masmudi Swire. Masmudi Sahir, 4/4, 4/4. Dum dum, tak dum, tak 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 dum dum, tak dum, tak. Okay, so this is the Masmudi Sahir or Masmudi Swire. I want to check, girls and boys, everybody that is connected, is the sound okay? My voice and the music is okay? Just say that the music is okay and I will continue, okay? So this is the Masmudi Swire or Sahir, or it is called Baladi also. So Baladi, for example, the word Baladi, it means from the country or country. Okay, so there is a bread that is baladi bread or baladi music, or a people that is baladi, so it's like from the countryside or something like this. So this is baladi. And also there is we have in Oriental dance the word also taksim baladi, which is like a musical progression that is called also Ashra Baladi, Taksim Baladi, Baladi Awadi. Okay, okay. So Mariana Gareheva, how are you, Mariana? Ask me if you have any question. You can ask me. Okay, this is I don't know if that is a question enriched maximum. Just ask me whatever. Okay. So the baladi, as I told you, the word baladi is also related with this musical progression that is called Taksim Baladi, Ashra Baladi, Baladi Awadi. So we have to have this name, Ashra or Taksim Baladi, apart from this Baladi or this Masmudi Swire rhythm. Okay, so Masmudi Swire 4/4, and the most characteristic thing about this rhythm is the two dums at the beginning, dum dum. these two dooms at the beginning. Usually we dance it with the oriental dance technique, okay, but maybe a little bit more earthy, not very like very, like a lot of ballet or something like this. No, we go down, we do much more like earthy movements, like connecting with the roots, with the social dance, with the racks or racks ballady, with just the social dance. Okay, so now we're going to continue with the saidi rhythm. The saidi rhythm is a 4/4 rhythm, and it is dum tak, dum dum tak. I'm going to play it for you. This is it. Saidi, 4/4, cuatro cuartos. Dum tak, 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 dum tak. Okay, that was the Saidi rhythm. Okay, so Mariana is saying Baladi rhythm is from the Maxum family. Yes, some people say that they form like a group, Maxum family. It could be Masmudi Swire, it could be Saidi also. They say, or if not the Saidi, maybe the Falagio, the Maxum Sarie as a family of the Maxum. But it's very interesting because, as I told you at the beginning, every musician tell us something different. So it's super interesting. I don't know from where is Mariana, but for example, in Ukraine, in Russia, in Belarus, in Japan, in China, in Colombia, all the musicians, they just tell us different stuff. So we have to be open-minded and say, okay, this is also, some people say, for example, Mariana is sharing with us this amazing information that in her country, or in her research, she found that it is called also enriched maxum. Okay, so thank you so much, Mariana, for sharing this with us. So this is the Saidi rhythm, and with the Saidi is related almost 100%, like almost always, with Raqs al Asaya, with Tahtib, So we usually, when we hear the Saidi rhythm, we do movements related with Raqs al Asaya, the cane dance, or with Tahtib, the martial art. Okay, so we just do shoulders down, a little bit of jumps also. So it's not that we cannot do Oriental dance steps; we can do it. But when we listen to Saidi, it's just like it pushes, just to do these shoulders down, these steps, like these jumping steps. So super. Okay, Ellen Oriental, super, super, Mariana. Thank you so much. Okay, so this is the Saidi. So when we listen the Saidi, usually we do Oriental, we do Raqs al Asaya or Tahtib, but it also depends. It depends. For example, if we hear the Saidi rhythm and on top of the Saidi, we have a melody that is very soft, violin, or ney, or something like this, well, it's like it will be weird to dance with the Raqs al Asaya or Tahtib steps, But when we have the Saidi rhythm with Rababa, or with Mizmar, or maybe with a tabl baladi, with all the characteristics of the music of the south of Egypt, the upper Egypt, then we do Raqs al Asaya or Tahtib steps. Okay, so far so good. Just tell me if is everything is okay. So here, this is this chat that we are having, girls and everybody. I'm not saying that I am the source, that I know it all. No, I'm just sharing what I have researched, and so far what information I have in my head. But of course, we are going to have different opinions and theories and possibilities, because, as I told you, this is an oral tradition, so we are going to have a lot of variations. Okay, so I'm just happy to share what I have found. Okay. So next we have the Maxum Sarie, or Maxum Sahir also, or Maxum Sarie, which is a fast Maxum. So some people, some musicians, they don't recognize this Maxum with this name. They just say, no, this is a fast Maxum, and that's it. It's just a variation of Maxum. They don't say this is a Maxum Sarie. They just say variation of Maxum. Okay, but some people, some musicians, they say, no, yes, we have a Maxum and we have a Maxum Sarie, which is this one. Some musicians tell that is 4/4, and some musicians say, no, this is 2/4. Okay, so as I told you, open mind, open mind. Okay, so this is the Maxum Sarie. I'm going to put it for you. It's just a fast Maxum. Maxum Sarie, 4/4, cuatro cuartos. Dum tak tak dum tak 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 dum tak tak dum tak. Exactly. So this is the maxum, the fast, fast maxum. Okay. So for example, let's continue with the falahi. So Mariana, for example, is saying about the falahi. So for example, here in Latin America, we have these two rhythms like apart. We have the fast maxum as dum tak tak dum tak dum tak tak dum tak is like after the dum is a tak dum tak tak dum tak dum tak tak dum tak. But in the falahi, so let's put the Falahi rhythm, the next rhythm, Steven, please. The next one, el siguiente. Esperemos que, exactly, okay. So this is the Falahi. And here in Latin America, we have them apart as Maxum Sarie 1, dum tak tak dum tak dum tak tak dum tak, just a fast Maxum. And we have it different from the Falahi, which is after the first dum, we have a Ka. Okay, a K. So dum kataka is fast. Dum kataka dum kata dum kataka dum kata dum kataka dum kata dum kataka dum kata. And when the drummer play, his hands they follow more like a circular pattern. Okay, so here in Latin America we have them divide. So perhaps in other countries it could be the same. Here in Latin America we just have them apart. So Maxum Sarie, just a fast version of Maxum, and Falahi is just another rhythm which is also like family as we say before of the Maxum also, but it's fast, and this Falahi is considered 2/4. So what do we do with the Maxum Sarie or with the Falahi? Usually we just do traveling steps or maybe 3/4 shimmy or twist, traveling steps with hips, light movements, traveling steps movements, maybe with the hips like twist or 3/4 shimmy, maybe it could be some shimmies, shoulder shimmy. So it's just a fast rhythm, okay? This is with the Maxum Sarie or with the Falahi, okay? So Falahi, for example, the word Falahin is the word that the Egyptian farmers in Egypt are known, okay, by Falahin. So this is a rhythm that was very popular and is still very popular in the countryside, but right now is popular in all the styles of music in Egypt, in Shabi, maybe it could be in Mahragnat, of course in our world of the Meyanse also the Falahi. So it's very common. So now it is not just like from the countryside, popular in the countryside but now just is popular in different styles of or genres or subgenres of music in Egypt. Okay, so what we can do with the Falahi or the Maxum Sarie, just run, just like fast movements, light movements, twist, 3/4 shimmy, shoulder shimmy, something fast. Okay, we don't usually accent the dam, we just like traveling steps and everything is very light. Okay, so far so good. Just give me thumbs up, a little heart if everything is okay, corazoncito. Okay, just ask me whatever. Okay, so let's continue. I'm going to play the Falahi for you because I didn't play it. So this is the Falahi. Falahi 2/4 dos cuartos. Dum kataka dum kata dum kataka dum kata dum kataka dum kata dum kataka dum kata. Okay, super. So far so good, girls. Doris, thank you so much. Okay, if anybody has a question, just ask me because this is a chat. Okay, so let's talk about the conga rhythm. So some people say that the conga rhythm comes from Africa, and then went to Latin America, Cuba, or something like this, and then went to the Middle East. Okay, so the conga rhythm is dum tak dum tak dum tak dum tak, is a 4/4 rhythm. Okay, I'm going to play it for you. This is the conga. Conga master 4/4, 4/4. Dum tak 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 dum tak. Okay, so this is the conga. It is also known as conga masre. Okay, masre, the word masre means Egyptian. Masre is Egypt. Masri or Masriya, Egyptian. Okay, so this is the conga masre, the conga Egyptian, the Egyptian conga. Okay, so some people say it came from Africa. From Africa, went to Cuba. You know, with the it is like a very, how can I say? Yeah, I'm just going to stay there in from Africa to Cuba or to Latin America and then to the Middle East. Okay, so I didn't find any information about how it came to the Middle Eastern music because, for example, or the waltz or the um, rumba or the bolero, maybe it's easier to track, but this one is just the information that I found is just like from Africa to Cuba or Latin America and then to the Middle East. And we have an instrument that is called conga in Cuba, for example. Okay, so with the conga, what we usually do is the accent. So dum tak, dum tak, dum tak, dum tak. We hit the accents, the dum and the tak, but it also, I have seen some dancers just doing traveling steps, you know, with some flavor, maybe a Latin American flavor or something like this. So I have seen that also. But the conga is more for hitting the accents, the doom and the tag, but also for traveling steps. Okay. So this is the conga masre. So everybody's okay. Just give me a thumbs up if everything is okay. Okay. Now we are going to continue with the masmudi kebir or masmudi kabir. Okay. So the masmudi kabir, the word kabir or kebir means big. Okay, so this is the big masmudi, and the word masmudi or masmud comes apparently from a tribe of that is in Morocco, the Masmuda tribe. Okay, and they had like this rhythmic pattern there. Okay, so this is the masmudi, the big masmudi. So in contrast with the small masmudi, which is the one that we say before, it is masmudi Swire or Masmudi Sahir or commonly named Baladi. Okay, so Masmudi Sahir or Swire is the small Masmudi, and this is the big Masmudi, the Masmudi Kebir or Masmudi Kabira. This is an 8/4 rhythm. Okay, and as you see, it shares with the small Masmudi the two dooms at the beginning. So doom, tak, doom, tak, tak. So I'm going to play it slowly. I'm going to sing it slowly also for you. So here it is. Masmudi Kebir 8/4, 8 cuartos. Doom, tak, doom, tak, tak, doom, tak, doom, tak, tak, doom, tak, doom, tak, tak, doom, tak, doom, tak, tak. Okay, that was the Masmudi Kebir, Masmudi Kabir, Masmudi Kibira. This is the big Masmudi, and we usually just breathe, relax. We maybe stand, you know, we pause or we hit the drums. The doom, traka, doom, traka, we hit the drums, okay? Some teachers, they say that in our body, you know, we should do movements or into the inside or down in the dooms. Okay, when we hear doom, down or inside, and tag outside or up. Some teachers say this, so it's up to us as dancers, you know, if we choose to hit and to do the dooms in or down and the tags out or up. Okay, or just have absolute freedom and do whatever we want. Okay, the most important thing with the Masmudi Kabir is you just accent the dooms. Okay, doom, the first dooms, and then the other doom in the middle. Okay, and also take your time because this is a big rhythm, is a long rhythm, so you can just breathe, you know, give a rest also to your audience, maybe a stand, maybe just look, you know, at your audience, because you can just breathe. This is not a fast rhythm, this is a slow rhythm. Okay, so this is the Masmudi Kebir. So now we're going to continue with the Ayub. I know that I'm running, but we have 1 hour, and we have 30 rhythms, okay? But this is going to be recorded and we can just continue chatting here in this video. I will answer all the comments. So Lovelyn, hello from Philippines. Lovelyn is connected. How are you, dear? Okay, so now we're going to continue with the ayub, okay? The ayub rhythm, okay? So the ayub rhythm is a 2/4 rhythm and it is doom, doom, tak, doom, doom, tak. It could be spelled it can have many variations, okay? This is just one. It is a rhythm that always we have heard in our world of Oriental dance. That is a rhythm that is present in the ritual that is called Zahar. Zahar, a pre-Islamic ritual that it was done usually down more to the south of Egypt, more in the front, in the border with Sudan also. So this is the Zahar, the ritual. So this is a ritual that some people say this is a, how can I say, like you have a spiritual, yeah, like a spiritual part of yourself, and then you have a physical part of yourself. Okay, so when these two parts are in conflict, you get sick or something is not working in your life. So there is like a disconnection. Okay, so between your physical side or part or whatever and your spiritual part. Okay, so when this is in conflict, you get sick or whatever, and this is when you call for azhar, for example. Some people say that is like a bad spirit that is inside of you, that possessed you, something bad, bad energy came to you, to your body, to your spirit, and it's just like inside, from outside a spirit came to you. Okay, so some people say that this is a ritual like an exorcism, and so people say no, it's not an exorcism, it's just more like the two sides of yourself are not communicating well. Okay, so we have different theories. This is a ritual that it has music, of course. It has of offers. It could be animals, flowers, food, and through repetitive movements and repetitive music, the patient enter in a, like in another, how can I say, in trance. Okay, like she disconnects from her physical being and she enters to a trance. Okay, so when she does this, she's trying to or get rid of the spirit, the bad spirit, or she's trying to reconnect with her own spirit. Okay, so she's going to do whatever movements she feels, because this is just a patient, this is a sick, almost is always a woman that asks for azar, but also a guy can ask for azar. So for example, I am sick, or my mom is sick. So if my mom is sick, I will call azar, as our group and a leader of the Sahara, and I will tell her, please, I want this for my mom. My mom is sick and she has been feeling sick for many, many days. Please help. Okay, so they will go to my home, or yeah, to my home, and we will do the ritual. This ritual usually is very private, or just the family is going to be there, or maybe some neighbors, but if they are very like close to the family, so it's not like public, for everybody and the tourists and everybody. No, it's just something that they do privately. Okay, and they start this ritual that can last many, many days. Okay, not just 1 hour, 2 hours, many, many days. Okay, and in this ritual, the patient, which is usually the woman, as I told you, just she lets go. So she doesn't know which kind of movement she's going to do. She just lets go. So Ibrahim Farah, a very famous teacher, he said that the first dancer that put in the stage azar, this ritual, and put the zahar in the stage was Nadia Gamal, the first one. And she did with the incense and the movements and the feeling and everything. So she's the one that he said this. If Ibrahim Farah says that it was Nadia Gamal, the first one. Okay, and after what she did, everybody started to copy Nadia, everybody. So everybody, when we hear an ayub, we do movements like related to the trance, like circles with the head, maybe, or like, how can I say, balancing, or maybe stuff that is related with the trance. So everybody does this. Okay, so but it's not just that we have to do these movements and nothing else. Maybe we can do, because this is a ritual, there are no specific movements. The patient doesn't know what she's doing, she's just letting go, letting go. So there are no specific movements when we perform an ayub rhythm. We can relate with the trance because also the rhythm take us there. The rhythm can take us there, but we can do twist, we can do three-quarter shimmy, we can do shimmy, we can do traveling steps. So it's not just that we do movements with our hair and that's it. Because here, for example, in Latin America, it's very common that everybody listen an ayub rhythm and everybody prum, 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 everybody will go crazy in the stage. But let's get free a little bit, and we can do something else, not just that. The rhythm take us there, but we can do also something else. Okay, so it is important they explain. Yeah, thank you for, yes, thank you so much, Ruth. I'm here for you. Okay, so this is with the ayub rhythm. And also is not the only rhythm that is part of the ritual of the zar ritual. Okay, maybe it's ayub, but maybe it's falahi, maybe it's I don't know, other rhythm. It could be maksum fast, maybe other rhythms. It's not just the ayub rhythm. Okay, but by the way, I have a recommendation to you. There is a place in Egypt, in Cairo, that is called Makan. Makan, okay? Makan, Makan. You can search it in Facebook or in Google or something. And it is a cultural center that is trying to keep alive the culture of the Zahar, okay, and not just the zar, also the Nubian dance, and also the saidi, the Nubian music, sorry, and the saidi music also. So this is an amazing place. It's in downtown, and you go there and they have concerts, and you see the real people that they make the zar, okay, there, but it's just the concert. Okay, they don't do the ritual because this is open, like tourists we can go there. So these real people, the real, how can I say, the therapist, the real group that that they are hired to do real zar, they are there performing, but just as a concert. So they play the music. Maybe some of them, they are going to dance a little bit, just shake a little bit the hips or something like this. But that's it. It's not Oriental dance, of course. But this is a place that wants to keep alive the tradition of the zar, so we can listen to the zar there. The songs, the rhythms, the instruments also. And as I told you, it's not just they don't want to keep just the zar, but also Nubian, Saidi, Gawasi, other like traditions or dance or musical traditions of Egypt. So I please recommend you to visit this place. It is called Makan. Makan, okay, Makan, Makan, cultural center is in downtown Cairo, and is very, very good. Okay, thanks, Maria, for all this interesting information. Thank you so much, Doris. Okay, so let's continue. This is the Ayub. This was the Ayub. I'm going to play it for you. Ayub, 2/4, dos cuartos. Dum tak 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 dum tak. Okay, so this was the Ayub. Mariana, for example, is saying yes. In all countries, dancers doing the same with Ayub. Exactly, So thank you, because it's not just in Latin America, yeah, in the entire world. Okay, but for example, I asked this question to a very dear teacher that I have, Morocco, from the States, Carolina Varga Dinuki, and Diniku, and I asked her, okay, what else can I do with the Ayub? It's just the circles and these trans related movements. And she told me, no, Maria, you can do other stuff or other movements, because the Zahar doesn't have a specific movements, and the Ayub as a rhythm doesn't have a specific movements. You can do something else. You can do whatever your body, also push you, but you can do Oriental dance movements also. Okay, so far this is what I know about the Ayub rhythm. Okay, so let's continue with the Chief Teteli. Now we are going to talk about the Chief Teteli. So the Chief Teteli is an 8/4 rhythm. Okay, I'm going to play it for you. Chief Teteli, 8/4, ocho cuartos. Dum, tac, tac, dum, dum, tac, dum, tac, tac, dum, dum, tac, dum, tac, tac, dum, dum, tac, dum, tac, tac, dum, dum, tac. Okay, so this was the chifteteli. Okay, chifteteli or chifteteli, it is a Greek word, and in Greece, Oriental dance is known as chifteteli. Okay, a version of Oriental dance is called chifteteli also. Okay, so when we hear about the chifteteli, when we hear the chifteteli, we almost always, not always, but it's common, that is part of a taksim, okay, a musical improvisation of maybe a violin, maybe an accordion, maybe an eye. Okay, so usually is the bass, the chipteteli is the bass of a taksim of violin or ney. Okay, but it could be also with any other, it doesn't have to be, okay, a taksim, it could be just a rhythm that is present or is part of a meyanse or another thing. Okay, but this is chipteteli. What I know is that is how Oriental dance or a style of Oriental dance is done in Greece. Okay, so that was the chipteteli. Now we're going to continue with the malfuf rhythm. I know it's very small information, all these that we're talking, but I'm trying to just go and explain the 30 rhythms. So we are going to talk about the malfuf rhythm. Okay, malfuf in Arabic means rolled. So it's like this, rolled. Okay, so the malfuf rhythm is a 2/4 rhythm, and it sounds like this: malfuf 2/4, dos cuartos. Dum tac tac 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 dum tac tac. Exactly. So that was the malfuf. So talking about the chifteteli, I forgot to tell you that what is usual is that we just with the chifteteli, because it's an 8/4 rhythms, is also we breathe, everything is low, we accent the dooms also. And if a melody is on top of this chifteteli, we know we can decide between going with the rhythm or going with the melody. Okay. So, but if we have the chifteteli alone, we can just breathe, smooth movements, and maybe accent the dooms. Okay, so talking about the malfuf is very common in, as you know, is this meyanse as an entrance. Okay, so many meyanses start with malfuf. Okay, so it's usually a rhythm that we use this rhythm for traveling steps, chasse, just walking, 3/4 shimmy, maybe some twist. So it's not a rhythm that we usually do hip drops. No, it's more like you travel around the stage with the malfuf, and is very popular as the entrance or for the entrance of the meyanse or something like this. This with the malfuf rhythm. Okay, so it's a 2/4 rhythm, and we already heard it. So let's talk about the wahda kabir. With the wahda, in my research, I was so confused, and I am still confused. I'm still confused because with the wahda is a family of rhythms. It's not, wahda, you can have in the literature, you can find wahda kibira, you can find wahda tawila, wahda mustawasita. So many wahdas, okay? And it's a little bit confusing. For example, I developed a CD with Sharif Abu El Saad, an Egyptian drummer, and I remember that we fought. It was a battle because here in Latin America, the wahda is this one, is 8/4, and everybody knows it as dum tak tak dum tak. This is the wahda for us, for here, for Latin America. I don't know if Lovely or Marianne, or if you know the wahda kebira, with another variation, okay? But for example, Sheriff was telling me, Maria, no, that's not the wahda kebira. The wahda kebira is just dum tak tak, and that's it. And I was like, no, this cannot be okay. So but what I found, no, because he told me, look, Maria, it's like what we do in Egypt is that we have two wahdas. I mean, two bars. Okay, the first bar we play dum tak tak, but in the second bar of the wahda we play a decoration. So we say dum tak tak dum tra 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 dum tak tak, dum traka tak. Okay, so we do a decoration in the second bar. So I told him, Sheriff, this is very confusing, Sheriff. Okay, because in the literature, I found many wahdas, as I told you, but the wahda kabira that we know and that we have listened from Hemis Henkes or Hosam Ramsey, or here from Latin America, Mario Kirlis or Osvaldo Brandan, you know, is 8/4 wahda. Okay, wahda kabir 8/4, and it's like this. So with the wahda, we have to research a little bit more and open our ears and our minds just to check what else is there. Okay, but we have to understand that wahda is a family of rhythms. It's not just one rhythm. If we say wahda, it could be wahda tawila, wahda mustawasita, wahda kebira, wahda sahira. So many rhythms can be inside this family. Okay, so I'm going to just present the version that we know and we use more here in Latin America, which is this one, dum tak tak dum tak, and that's it. That is a very slow rhythm. It's 8/4, so I'm going to play it for you. Wahda kebira variation 8/4. Variación de wahda kebira 8/4. Dum tak tak dum tak dum tak tak dum tak dum tak tak dum tak dum tak tak dum tak. Okay, so that was the wahda kebira. Okay, so as I told you, because if we say just wahda, it could be the wahda tawila, which is just dum taka taka tak taka taka taka, and that's it. One dum, and the rest is the taka taka. Okay, dum taka taka tak taka taka taka. This is the tawil, or wahda tawila. So if we say wahda to a musician, maybe we are going to find different versions. Okay, so is wahda sahira, wahda kebira, wahda tawila, wahda, which wahda? Okay, so I'm going to continue researching because there is contrasting information, so we have to just keep researching, okay, with this wahda. So as I told you, this is this is the most popular here, the version in Latin America, wahda kebira, as it is right here. Okay, so 8/4, we do the accents in the first dum and in the second dum. Okay, dum tak tak dum. Okay, and it's a slow rhythm also. So if a musician tell us, no, this is not the wahda, what we say? We say, okay, so which version of wahda do you know? Okay, and we just say yes, because we have different, as I told you, it's a family of rhythms. It's not just one rhythm. Okay, so open mind, and let's keep learning. Okay, so this is the wahda kabira that is common here in Latin America. So now we're going to talk about the adani. Okay, the next rhythm is adani. I'm going to play it for you. Adani, Arabi, or Shargi. 2/4, 2/4. Dum dum tak 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 dum tak dum tak dum tak. Okay, so this is in Latin America, it is known as Saudi rhythm, or Adani also. But I have asked to local people of Saudi Arabia, for example, or people that have lived in the Emirates for many years, and they don't know this rhythm as Saudi. They know it as a Adani. But there is a book that I'm going to recommend you, which is this one. I love this book. Okay, Music and Traditions of the Arabian Peninsula by Lisa Urkevich. Okay, I made an interview for her like 2 weeks or 3 weeks ago, maybe last week. Maybe last week we did the streaming. I think it was part of the festival also, and she told me, Maria, the Adani is a family of rhythms. It's not one rhythm. And also, let's talk about this. This is a rhythm that is usually We usually hear it in the Gulf music, Arabian Gulf music. So maybe Bahrain, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, Qatar. Okay, so it's not is a is how can I say, a rhythm that is popular in that area. Okay, so what Lisa told me is that is a family of rhythms. Is not just one. These rhythms they come from Yemen. Okay, and it's not just one rhythm. Okay, and but here in Latin America, everybody knows this rhythm as Saudi. Everybody. But for example, Khadija, which is one of the teachers that we invite to this festival, the Menat Festival, which is part of this. Of course, is the mom of this event that we are doing right now, this live. Khadija doesn't know this rhythm as Saudi. She knows this rhythm as Adani also. Okay, some people say Khaliji rhythm, but the problem of Khalij is that you know that Khalij means Gulf. So when we say this is a Khaliji rhythm, it could be a rhythm from any of the countries of the Gulf. It's like we say this is a Caribbean rhythm. Caribbean, but from where? From which part of the Caribbean? You know? Or when we say, I don't know, this is a Asian rhythm. From which part of Asia? You know, because every country is so rich, so different that when we say this is Khaliji rhythm, yes, is one of them, but we have many rhythms in the Khalij. Okay, but this is what is common here in Latin America. In Latin America, which is called Saudi or Adani, or maybe you can listen the word Khaliji also, Khaliji rhythm. Also, another thing, these rhythms, you know, are originally played by an instrument that is not the darbuka, is not the tabla, okay? Because the tabla alone can play dum tak tak dum tak tak dum tak tak, okay? Or in this case, dum dum tak dum tak dum tak. Yes, the tabla can do this, but usually the rhythms from the Gulf, okay, there are polyrhythms. That means that one drum is playing something, another drum is playing something else, and another drum is playing something else. Everything at the same time. And this is how you create the rhythm. Okay? So when a darbuka or a tabla wants to translate this, how? Which accents is going to play? So the tabla player, what he does is like a summary. You know, it's like okay, I'm going to catch this and this and this. You know, so this is why we have to also be aware of if a rhythm is builded with as a polyrhythm, we have to be aware of what each drum is doing. Okay, but here in our world, in Oriental dance world, we know this as dum dum tak, Adani, Khaliji, or Saudi, and we usually do movements like the hair toss, you know, or this side to side with the hair, maybe the neck or the head to the back. This is what we usually do. Okay, I don't know if any other countries they do the same. Mariana, I don't know if you can share that with us, or maybe Lovelin or whoever is connected right now. When you listen to this rhythm, the Adani, Haliji, Saudi, the dum tak dum, what do you usually do? Because here, and all the teachers and all the artists that I have seen, we usually do movements with the hair that are connected with the Khaliji region, with the Raqs al Nashar, yeah, with the hair dance. Okay, so this is the Adani. So now what we have to do is just keep researching. Yeah, the same says Mariana, same. Okay, so just let's keep researching. I have another book for you. So this one, for example, is like, okay, this is the one that I recommend for everything related with the Khalij region, but also this one, the percussion ensemble of the Arabian Peninsula. Okay, this is all in Amazon. Everything is in Amazon. So this, for example, I'm going to show you this. This has, for example, the Ayala, and it has like it is a polyrhythm what each instrument is doing. Okay, so let's girls, Friends, let's keep researching. Let's keep researching and trying to understand this more. And let's try to write. Let's try to share, as I'm doing right now. Let's share. Let's chat. Let's contrast information and let's write, because there is not enough information written. At least in Spanish, is not a lot. There is not a lot of information. So let's try to write everything that we find. Okay, let's continue. Now we are going to talk about the tawil rhythm, okay? So the tawil in Arabic means long, okay? So as I told you, some people say this is the wahda tawil or wahda tawila. Is also how it's spelled. And this tawil, some musicians, they say this is 8/4, and some musicians say no, this is a 4/4 rhythm, okay? So if it is, for example, 8/4, I'm going to play the 8/4 for you. 8/4. This is the 8/4. Wahda tawila or tawil. 8/4. 8 cuartos. Dum. Stack. 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 Stacka taka dum. Stack. 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 Stacka taka dum. Stack. 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 Stacka taka dum. Stack. 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 Stacka taka. Okay, so this is the wahda tawila or tawil. This is the version, one of the versions. Okay, this is 8/4. This is the 8/4 version, which is dum, stack, 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 stacka, taka. It's very long. So some people like this, like this. Okay, some people just spell it as 4/4, and it will be dum taka taka tak taka taka taka. That's it. Dum taka taka tak taka 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 dum taka taka tak taka 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 dum taka taka tak taka taka taka, just 4/4. So we can find it in the books as 4/4 or 8/4. So with the tawil, we usually just do oriental dance steps. We focus in the dum, okay, and in the rest of the taka we just chill, we relax, we breathe, we do hand movements, we just stay, we can do shimmy, the feeling, the decorations is up to you, but we have to mark that doom, okay? So everything is okay, girls. Just let me know if if anybody is alive, if we are surviving or not. Okay, just thumbs up, some hearts or something like this, hearts. Okay, so now we are going to continue. That was the tawila, wahda tawila or tawil. Now we are going to do the Karachi. So the Karachi, some people say that it comes from Pakistan, because Karachi is a city of Pakistan. So people say it could have a Pakistani origin. Some people say no, we don't know. We don't know where it comes. so what? How we are confused. But no, we are motivated to keep researching, okay? So this is the Karachi rhythm, and it's 2/4 rhythm. Usually it's considered 2/4. I'm going to play it for you. Karachi, 2/4, 2 cuartos. Ta, katak dum 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 ta, katak dum. Okay, so this is the Karachi rhythm. Okay, the weird part of the rhythm is that usually all the rhythms start with dum. I'm not going to say all, but some of them, like, is very common. But this one start with tak. See, ta ta dum ta sta dum ta o ta katak dum ta katak dum ta katak. Okay, so this is the Karachi. What I have seen is that we put Oriental dance technique when we hear the Karachi. Maybe traveling steps, maybe twist, maybe 3/4 shimmy. I haven't seen the Karachi dance as a folk dance, or part as a folk dance. But I mean, we have to research more. But you know what is very usual? That when Egyptian drummers, are playing the malfuf, for example, with a sombati or maybe a dohola, another instrument, maybe the tabla, will play Karachi to do like the feeling, the feelings, like the decoration. So it's very common that when we listen a malfuf, maybe the sombati, which is a bigger tabla. Maybe the zompati is going to play malfouf, but maybe the tabla is going to play karachi. So they go well together. So this is what I have seen in Oriental dance world, the karachi. Okay. Now let's talk about the gandara. Gandara also here in Latin America is called as sudasi, but it's more common gandara. I mean, all the Lebanese teachers that I have had in the past, they just say gandara. It's a 6/4 rhythm, and it is spelled like this. Gandara, 6/4, 6/4. Dum tac, dum dum, dum dum, tac, 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 dum tac, dum dum, dum dum, tac. Okay, that was the Gandara. Gandara 6/4 is usually a rhythm that is part of the dabke music. Okay, it has the six beats to the bar. I mean, that matches with the basic Lebanese dabke basic movement. Okay, so usually when we hear the Gandara, it's because it's inside a Lebanese piece of music that is for dabke. Okay, almost always. Okay, so when we hear the Gandara, usually what we do is just dabke movements, because usually the gandara is inside a piece of Lebanese dabke music. Okay, so this is the gandara. The characteristic is the dum, the two dums and then another two dums. Okay, this is how we differentiate with for example, with the saidi. Okay, so the gandara is dum tak, dum dum, dum dum tak. Okay, so it has the double two dums. Okay, now we're going to continue with the jerk rhythms. Okay, the jerk rhythm is 4/4 rhythm. I'm going to play it for you. Jerk, 4/4, 4/4. Dum tac, dum dum tac, 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 dum tac, dum dum tac. Okay, that was the jerk rhythm. So some people, for example, here in Latin America, they say this is a Nubian rhythm. But with the Egyptian drummers that I have talked, they say no, we haven't heard this rhythm as part of the Nubian music. Maybe it comes from Latin America. They say, so what? We are how? Hashtag what? Confused. Because everybody says different stuff. So with the jerk, and we have different variations of the jerk. If you heard this one, the two dooms are very close, like doom, tac, doom, doom, very close. Okay, but we have another one where these two dooms are a little bit more apart, like doom, tac, doom, doom, tac, doom, tac, doom, doom, tac. Okay, so we can hear also this variation of jerk. What we usually do is just the accent, doom, tac, doom, doom, tac, with the body accent, every doom and every tac, usually, or maybe some traveling steps, according to this rhythm and to this like flavor. But I haven't seen the jerk danced as part of any folk troupe or folk dance in Egypt, or maybe Nubian. No, always that I have heard or and seen the jerk performed is part of Oriental dance piece, maybe, and with Oriental dance movements, and focus in the hits, in the accents, okay, in the dooms and in the tags. This is with the jerk 4/4 rhythm. Okay, now we are going to talk about the rumba masr. Okay, as we say before, masr is Egyptian, masr Egypt, masri Egyptian. So this is the Egyptian rumba. Okay, rumba masri, and this is it. Rumba masr 4/4, 4/4. Dum taka taka dum 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 taka taka dum dum taka taka dum dum taka taka dum. Okay, so that was the rumba masri. So some people say that this is the same bolero, bolero rhythm is the same rumba masri, but some percussionists, some drummers, they say no, rumba masri is different, bolero is different, that the bolero is perhaps more plain and the rumba masri has more decoration or something like this, or vice versa. So some people say there are two different rhythms and the bolero is slower, much more slower, and the rumba masri is a little bit more faster. So for example, the bolero could be dum taka taka dum taka taka dum taka taka, and the rumba madri dum taka taka dum taka taka dum taka taka. Okay, so what we have to understand is that the rumba madri starts with a dum and ends almost with a dum, you know, because it can have a ka at the end, or maybe that ka is silent, like dum taka taka dum without the K, okay? The Ka. Dum taka taka dum dum. So when you hear, it's like you hear two dums connected, but it's because it's the first one here, and the last one. First and last, first and last. It's not that it starts with two dooms. It's just the beginning and in the end it has a doom. So this is why we hear it as it has two dooms. So what we usually do, for example, here in Latin America, because we have, and also in the entire world, the ballroom. You know, when we listen rumba masrium or bolero, is more like we put some ballroom dances, ballroom steps, bolero steps, like traveling steps that are smooth with figure eights, you know, or maybe with undulations, traveling steps. So it's not a rhythm that you accent, you know, it's just like it's very smooth and you can travel around the space with this one. Okay, so far so good. Everybody's okay. Just tell me if everybody is okay. So girls, this is going to take a little bit more time. I am not going to be able to do it in an hour. If some people needs to just disconnect and leave this live, you can do it. I'm going to finish the 30 because that is the goal. That is the goal. So we are going to finish the 30, but I will understand it, so people have to just disconnect and watch this later because this is recorded. This is going to stay in my YouTube channel. Okay, so now we're going to continue with the rumba haliji. Okay, so this is another rhythm that is a part of the haliji region, you know. So it could be spelled like this, but as we say before, you know, this is a rhythm that, how can I say, this pattern is more for the darbuka. When the darbuka wants to play this rhythm from the golf, the darbuka usually played like this, but we know that many of the rhythms that are of the golf are in the golf, they are played, but they are native instruments, and also they are polyrhythms. Okay, polyrhythms. So this is just how a darbuka player could play one variation, could play the rumba haliji. Okay, so I'm going to play it for you, the rumba haliji, rumba kuwati, or rumba haliji 2/4, dos cuartos. Dum tac dum 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 tac. Okay, so now this was the rumba haliji. Okay, so as I told you, it can have many variations. This is one of them. Okay, when we listen to these rhythms, almost always in our oriental dance world, we just go and do Raks al Nashat, the hair dance steps usually. Okay, so now we are going to continue. It's a 2/4 rhythm. We are going to continue with a variation of Masmoudi Kebir, and this variation starts with 3 dooms. I'm going to play it for you. Masmoudi Kebir, starting with 3 dooms. 8/4. Masmoudi Kabir, empezando con 3 dooms. 8 cuartos. Dum, 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 taca, dum. Tac, tac, dum, 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 taca, dum. Tac, tac, dum, 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 taca, dum. Tac, tac, dum, 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 taca, dum. Tac, tac. Okay, so that was one of the variations of Masmoudi Kebir, the big Masmoudi, and this starts with 3 dooms. Okay, I'm going to share. Mariana is saying Walking Masmoudi. Okay, I didn't know that name. Super, super nice. Okay, Walking Masmoudi for this one with the 3 dooms. Okay, super interesting. Didn't know that. So Masmoudi Kabir is starting with three dooms. Okay, we have three dooms at the beginning, then the normal doom in the middle. Okay, we have another variations that we are going to talk about it later. Okay, this is the Masmoudi Kabir. What we do usually, this is a slow rhythm, it's a 8/4 rhythm. We breathe and we make accents in the dooms. Okay, doom, 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 ra, doom in the three dooms at the beginning and in the doom in the middle. Okay, so we accent with the body, chest, maybe torso, belly, our hips, whatever. These big accents. Okay, but it's a slow. It could be with undulations also, like a smooth, and we breathe with the Masmoudi Kabir with this variation. Okay, now we are going to talk about the Karsilama rhythm. So this with the Karsilama is also confusing because Karsilama here in Latin America we know this rhythm, this 9/8 rhythm as Karsilama. Okay, but maybe in other countries they don't know it like this because Karsilama, and for example, some Turkish teachers that I have had, they say no, it is wrong to call this rhythm as Karsilama because Karsilama is a folk dance. Okay, so they say this is a Dokuz Sekiz rhythm. You know, is the name is just Dokuz Sekiz, which is in Turkish it means 9/8. Okay, so some people say, some teachers say, please don't call this rhythm as Karsilama. But here in Latin America, everybody calls this rhythm as Karsilama. Okay, so but we can call it also 9/8. And it's not just one rhythm. It's like a family of rhythms because the 9/8 are many rhythms are called 9/8 or variations of 9/8. For example, the heavy 9/8, the light 9/8, the fast 9/8. Okay, so here we have to do like this differentiation also. So Karsilama, as I told you, is a folk Turkish dance. Okay, it's a dance that Karsilama means face to face. Okay, so it's a dance that they do facing each other. And in different parts of Turkey, it could be done with handkerchief or without handkerchief. I mean, it is not connected with Oriental dance. It is not connected with Oriental dance. Okay, so this 9/8 rhythm is so it is part of the Karsilama. It could be part of the Karsilama folk dance, other folk dances of Turkey, and also it can be part of the Romani Havasi or Romani dance, Romani music, the music of the, I don't want to say gypsy, but this is the common name, but it's the Roma people of Turkish, which some of them, they think this is not a cool name. It could be disrespectful when we say gypsy to them. So it's better to use the term Roma people of Turkey. And maybe in the Romani music, we can hear the nine, maybe no. In the Romani music, we hear the 9/8 rhythm. It's very common. So usually when we hear, for example, in a drum solo, maybe in a Meyanse, but maybe in a drum solo we can do, for example, I do Romani dance steps, like the 1 2 3 5, 1 2 3 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2, like with this sound. And you remember the class that we took with Osgen inside this festival? Okay, so that technique. So when I hear usually the 9/8 rhythm in a drum solo, for example, in a drum solo of Oriental dance, I try to do Romani movements, but not losing the idea that I am Oriental dancer, you know? So I'm not going to go full 100% Romani, you know, with the attitude and the flavor. No, I'm just going to just get a little bit of that, of those steps, but keeping my character and my attitude of Oriental dance, you know, the elegance and everything. So, but there is also, of course, Romani music, Romani 100% music, and with this 9/8 rhythm, and they go 100% Romani, you know, with the dance, with the gestures, with everything. So it is important for us to understand that this is a 9/8 rhythm, Turkish rhythm. It could be dance with Romani technique, Romani dance technique. It could be dance. Okay, I'm going to play it for you. So this is the 9/8 here in Latin America, known as Karsilama, but some people say that this is not correct. The correct name is just 9/8. Variation of Karsilama 9/8. Variación de Karsilama 9 octavos. Dum, tac, tac, dum, tac, dum, tac, tac, dum, tac, dum, tac, tac, dum, tac, dum, tac, tak, dum, tak. Okay, so here we are hearing another variation. So this is why I told you 9/8, we have many variations. So what we are hearing is not exactly the one that is here in the description. Here, the one that is here in this screen is doom tak doom. Wait, 1 second. Doom tak doom tak tak doom tak doom tak tak doom tak doom tak tak doom tak doom tak tak. Okay, so there are many variations of the 9/8 rhythms. Okay, so this is just one. Now we are going to continue with the fox rhythm. So far, so good, girls. Just tell me, is everything is okay? Okay, just I'm here. So we are talking about the fox rhythm. The fox rhythm apparently comes from the foxtrot dance. Okay. And it enter to the oriental music. Okay, so this is the fox. I'm going to play it for you. It's just 2/4. Fox 2/4, dos cuartos. Dum tac, 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 dum tac. Okay, that was the Fox or Vox. It is also pronounced. Some people say Vox, some people say Fox. This is 2/4, and it's just Doom and Tag. So it comes from the Western music, and it entered to the Oriental dance or the Egyptian or Middle Eastern dance. Okay, so the Fox. What we do usually, or what I have seen usually, is just walking, maybe like a march. Like just 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 with the hips maybe, or just walking like a Soher Saki step, 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2, maybe just like traveling steps, or yeah, just moving in the stage with the fox. So it's not, I haven't seen that this fox is just like doom ta accent, an accent, and dissociate, how can I say, yeah, dissociation or isolations. It's not that I have seen this with many isolations. What I have seen more with the fox is just traveling steps, but with hip accents. Okay, this is what I have seen. So with the fox, we can do Oriental dance technique. We can apply Oriental dance technique. This is the most common thing. Okay, 2/4 rhythms and rhythm, and it's called fox. Now we have the Masmudi Kabir, the variation of Masmudi Kabir starting with rhythms. So let's hear this variation starting with rhythms. We already saw one. We are going to see another one. Variation of Masmudi Kabir with rhythms 8/4. Variación de Masmudi Kabir empezando con 3 dums, 8 cuartos. Dum, 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 tac, 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 dum, 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 tac, 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 dum, 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 tac, 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 dum, 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 tac, tac, tac. Okay, so this was another variation of Masmudi Kabir, and this is starting with 3 dooms, but the other one was like doom, doom, doom. The 3 dooms, they have the same distance between one and the other one. Doom, doom, doom. And in this one, we have 1 doom and then 2 dooms very close to each other. Doom, doom, doom. Okay, doom, doom, doom. Tac, doom, tac, tac. Here in Latin America, we also have another variation of this one, which is removing or replacing the last doom, so the one that is in the middle, and we just put a tac. Okay, so it will be doom, 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 tac. 1 second. Doom, 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 tracatac, tacatac, taca, doom, 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 tracata, tacata, taca, doom, 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 tracatac, tacatac, tac. Okay, so just decoration, but no doom. Okay, and to that version of this Masbi Kabir, we call it gelbab here in Latin America. I don't know if in any other country is the same, but here in Latin America, we call this gelbab, Masmudi Kabir variation gelbab. This is in the CD, for example, of Osvaldo Brandan, and is dum, 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 trakatak, takatak, tak. Okay, but we have also this one where we have the doom in the middle. Dum, 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 tak, doom. tac, tac. Okay, so this is a variation of Masmudi Kebir. We dance with like the accents in the dooms and just relax and breathe and just you can do your undulations in the decorations, your shimmy, your figure eights, whatever you want to do, but we do accent in the dooms. Okay, now we are going to talk about the vals or waltz or a vals rhythm. I'm going to play it for you. Vals or waltz. 3/4, tres cuartos. Dum tac tac 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 dum tac tac. Okay, so this is the vals rhythm or waltz rhythm. Is a 3/4 rhythm and is dum tac tac dum tac tac dum tac tac. So this is a rhythm that many people say that it came from the West and entered to the Middle Eastern music, specifically to the Egyptian music. That it was maybe Mohammed Abdel Wahab, the great composer, Egyptian composer, that how can I say, introduce this rhythm to the Egyptian classical, the art music, yeah, the art music of Egypt. So some people say that he was the one that introduced the waltz rhythm in the Egyptian music. Okay, so this is the waltz. We usually just do traveling steps with the waltz, trying to stay connected with the European waltz, maybe. So just traveling steps, yeah, traveling around the stage, maybe with chassé, just walking, maybe pas de bourrée, maybe across, Mahmoud Reda, maybe we can put Mahmoud Reda technique also. Okay, so this is with the waltz. Okay, so far so good. Perfecto, dice Amina. Amina, how are you? Okay, now we are going to continue with the Zafa. The Zafa rhythm, I'm going to play it for you. Here it is. Al Zafa Mazre, 4/4. Cuatro cuartos. Dum tac 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 dum tac tac. 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 Okay, so this is Al Zafa Master. So Master, as I told you, Egyptian. This is the Egyptian Zafa, and it's very popular in the weddings. When the bride and the groom, or just the bride, is entering to the hotel. If it is in a hotel, for example, when she's at the door of the hotel at the entrance, and she's entering, to the reception hall or the salon where they are going to the party or something like this, the reception place or the party place, the Zafa will play, and she will walk to the groom, or maybe they are going to walk together, and they will do a round in the salon, how can I say, in that room where they are going to have the party, and they can do like a circle, and they will sit in that special chair. I think it's called kosha, but I don't remember if it is kosha. But it's just like a throne, like for a king and a queen, like a big chair where they are going to sit. Okay, so this is the Zafa. The Zafa is a rhythm that is 100% with the wedding, related with the weddings. Okay, there is another rhythm, another Zafa version. It's called Alexandria, Escandrina, or Escandrani, Zafa Escandrani, okay, which is from Alexandria. But this is the Masri, the Egyptian. I mean, yeah, Escandrina is still Masri, but this is called Masri. Sorry, Zafa Masr, and usually in this moment the stars are the bride and the groom. Okay, so maybe a saidi group will be with them, maybe a shamadan dancers will be with them, guiding them to the hall where they are going to have the party or something like this. So it's just a rhythm that is usually for like walking and going to the like, I mean, getting to the destination, going to the or the house, or going to the this room, party room. Okay, So if, for example, we have a zafa in a mejanse or in a, I don't know, in a drum solo or whatever, and we hear azafa, maybe we can just relate to that moment, to the wedding, or just like traveling steps, like offering, yeah, traveling steps or something like this. It's not a rhythm that you do hip drops, or just like figure eights. It doesn't take you there. It takes you more like traveling steps, maybe presenting the bride and the groom. So it's usually connected to this moment where the stars are the groom and the bride, and they are just entering to the party place. Okay, so this is the zafa rhythm. Okay, so far so good, Angela. Virtual hug, and Ruth, virtual hug also. So just tell me if everything is okay. Let's continue with the Bambi. Okay, Bambi. I'm going to play the Bambi for you. This is it. Bambi. 4/4. Cuatro cuartos. Dum dum dum. Tac tac tac. 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 Okay, so that was the Bambi rhythm, also called maybe Bamba. Okay, but it's usually here in Latin America we call it Bambi. This is just one variation. You can find it also with just one doom at the beginning. Okay, this has three dooms at the beginning, but you also can, if you ask another drummer to play Bambi, maybe he will play just one doom at the beginning. So it will be doom, tac, 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 doom, doom. The two dooms are in the end, and one doom at the beginning. Okay, so this is why we feel it's three dooms. So this is another variation. Okay, so we have this one, which is three dooms at the beginning, or we can hear the other one, which is one doom at the beginning, two dooms at the end. Okay, which is doom tac 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 doom 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 tac 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 doom doom. It ends in two dooms. Okay, so what we usually do with the Bambi is just the accents in the doom doom doom, and maybe in the tac. Okay, doom doom doom, tac tac tac, doom doom doom, tac tac tac. So we do accents with the chest, with the torso, with the hips, whatever. So we do usually accents. So that is the Bambi. Now we are almost finished. Almost. This is the last 5 or 6 rhythms. So I'm going to continue with the Sombati. Okay, the Sombati rhythm. I'm going to play it for you. Sombati. 4/4. Cuatro cuartos. Dum tac tac dum tac 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 dum tac tac dum tac. Okay, so this was the sombati. So the word sombati is also the name of an instrument, a tabla, a kind of tabla, because the tabla is the darbuka that we know. When it's a little bit bigger, it is called sometimes sombati, and when it's huge, it's called dohola. And it's usually the dohola will do the bass or something like this, or the sombati, and maybe the tabla is going to do the decorations, or the darbuka is going to do the decorations. So sombati, it is the name of an instrument. Also, Sombati maybe could be related with the composer Riatel Sombati, okay? But with the musicians that I have talked, Sombati is not, because some people say, no, it's because Riatel Sombati invented this rhythm. I didn't find enough information in the literature, in the books, to be able to confirm this, okay? So Sombati is just the name of a kind of tabla, but also maybe it could be related with Riatel Sombati. I don't know yet. Okay, so Sombati is just a variation of Maxum. Okay, also some people can say maybe it is walking Maxum, maybe. But what I know about the walking Maxum, it has more tag. I mean, it's dum ta 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 dum ta tam dum ta 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 ta. It has 4 tags or 3 tags in the between the dooms. Okay, one ta 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 dum ta ta dum ta 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 dum ta ta. But maybe some people and maybe we are going to find this somebody as walking Maxum also, or just a variation of Maxum. Okay, so this is the sombati. What we do usually with the sombati is Oriental dance technique, traveling steps, maybe some hip work, because it has the flavor also to do maybe some hip work, accent with the hips, maybe figure eights, maybe some circles, maybe yeah. So we can do a little bit of hip work in this one. So that's the Zombati. I already played it for you. So I don't know if you have any question. I'm going to continue. So we are going to talk about the Samai Takil or Samai Thakil or Samai Thail, you know. So this is the Samai Thail. It's 10/4 rhythm, okay? And it's very common in the Muashahat or in the Samai musical styles, okay? I'm going to play the Samai Takil. Look, that is 10/4, 10. So this is not 8/4 as we know many of the rhythms that are 8/4. This is 10/4. So this is the Samai Takil. Samai Takil, 10/4, 10 cuartos. Dum, taka, taka, tak, taka, dum, dum, tak, taka, taka, dum, taka, taka, tak, taka, dum, dum, tak, taka, taka, dum, taka, taka, tak, taka, dum, dum, tak, taka, taka, dum, taka, taka, tak, taka, dum, dum, tak, taka, taka. Okay, so that was the Samai Thail, okay, 10/4. So it's very present or very common in Muashahat or in Muasha, in Samai, also in these musical styles that were very popular before, right now a little bit, and also Mahmoud Reda made it very popular with his approach of the Muasha, okay? So when we hear the Samai Takil, we usually, or I usually, do and apply Mahmoud Reda technique and very like classical movements, like yeah, following his technique, a lot of arms position, traveling steps. Everything is very elegant, very like from the court, like princess, like yeah, everything is how can I say? I don't know if stylized is the word, but everything is very elegant, you know. So when I hear the Samai Takil, I always remember my teacher Mahmoud Reda and I apply his technique. But if you don't want to apply the Mahmoud Reda technique, you can do traveling steps, something more elegant, more yeah. It's not like it doesn't have the flavor, of course, of a Maxum, you know, that is like happy and just light and just hip work. This is a very, I don't know, classical, elegant rhythm, just maybe accent the doom, but it's more traveling steps, posing, in a very elegant way. This is with the Samai Takil. So everything is okay, girls. Just thumbs up if everything is okay, little hearts. Okay, I'm going to continue with the next one. Okay, in the next one, there is a little bit of confusing information. Here in Latin America, we have some people say the name is Darek Samai, some people say Samai Darei, some people say 6/4, some people say 3/4. So I am #confused, because it's complicated. It's complicated because all the sources, they say something different, okay? So, but many agree that this is Darik Samai, that this is 6/4, because we have another one that is 3/4. Okay, so for example, I'm going to tell you, Sheriff, the percussionist, the Egyptian percussionist with which I work with to develop the CD that you are hearing right now that I'm playing. I asked him about the Darik Samai, and I asked him about that we have heard, or I have heard two variations, 1/6/4, 1/3/4. I mean, the 6/4 is dum ta 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 ta. This is the 6/4. Dum ta 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 ta. But we also have heard the 3/4. Dum ta ta ta, dum ta ta ta, dum ta ta ta, dum ta ta ta. Different from the waltz, which is dum tak tak. Different, okay? So he told me, Maria, I know these rhythms as dini. Dini, like this, Dini. I was like, what? Dini? This is the first time that I hear this name. He told me, yes, because I told Sheriff, you have to double ask with your colleagues or the university or the musical institute, just double check. He checked and he told me, look, my colleagues, we know this as Dini. Dini 6/4, Dini 3/4. Here in Latin America, this rhythm is called Darik Samai, and many books, they say this is Darik Samai, the 6/4. But with the other one, with the 3/4 variations, some books they just say, okay, this is the vals, a variation of vals, or something like this. But Sheriff divide these two. Dini 3/4, Dini 6/4. Okay, so in this one, we have to research a little bit more. And also what is a little bit confusing, that some people, this is Darik Samai, okay, Darik Samai 6/4. But in some books or in some sources, it says Samai Darei 3/4. So they just exchange the order of the words and they say is this is the version, the 3/4 version. So they say Darik Samai 6/4 and Samai Darei 3/4. So this is why it's very confusing, very confusing. So uh, let's keep researching. I presented this. I say to my students, it's better just to say, okay, this is the Darik Samai variation 6/4 or variation 3/4, or I say this is the Dini variation 6/4, variation 3/4. I don't know, maybe Marianne, maybe Lovelin, maybe somebody else know this rhythm as with like the 3/4 version with another name, or this Darik Samai. I'm going to play it for you and you can tell me. This is the Darik Samai 6/4. Dini 6/4, 6/4. Dum tak 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 dum tak 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 dum tak 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 dum tak 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 dum tak 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 dum tak 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 dum tak 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 dum tak 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 tak. Okay, so that was the Darik Samai. So many people say that this is the Samai, the Darik Samai 6/4 Darik Samai. Okay, and the other, the 3/4, some people say is the opposite, Samai Dare or Dini, or just a variation. So the 3/4 is the one that I have doubts. This one, the literature, yeah, you can see in many sources that it's Samai 6/4. So you can just send a message and tell me if you found maybe this rhythm with another name. Okay. So this is the Derek Samai. This is 6/4. This is also it could be part of the Samai and Muashahat genres. It could be also be performed with the Mahmoud Reda technique, very, or just like walking in the stage, posing a little bit. It's part of the art music. Also, it's part of the art music. It could be heard in art music, in songs of Kulsum or Abdel Wahab. Also, so what we do is just like enter to a stage in a very elegant way, or just traveling steps. It's more, it's very classic. Okay, we are almost finished. Okay, now we are going to talk about the table. Some people say nawari also, but my Lebanese teachers, they call it table, just like that, table. Okay, and the table is this one. I'm going to play it for you. Nawari 4/4, 4/4. Tak dum, 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 tak. Okay, so that was the tabl, or some people say nawari also, is very popular in dabke music. So we usually do, when we hear these dabke steps, we do dabke steps. But also there is a variation. I mean, this rhythm or a variation, a very close variation of this rhythm, can be heard or can be played in saidi music. Okay, can be played inside the music, and this is 4/4. Okay, so we have to understand, if it is played, perhaps a variation of this rhythm is played in a Saidi song, in a song from the south of Egypt for doing Raksalasai or Taktib. Okay, so we put and we do the steps of Raksalasai or Taktib or whatever. But if this rhythm is in a song that is maybe a Lebanese or Jordanian or Syrian or something, maybe more Lebanese, and it's for dabke, we have to do dabke steps, dabke steps for this double, or maybe it could be this rhythm could be in Lebanese pop music, and we can do a little bit of rags, okay? But it's very popular in dabke music from the Lebanon, okay? So this is the tabl, or some people say nawari. Now the last, girls, we finish. Boys, if you are connected, whoever is connected so far who is connected, just give me some signs to see who is connected right now. So this is the last rhythm of this chat. It is called Hasha rhythm. Okay, so I'm going to play it for you. Hasha Iraqi 2/4 dos cuartos. Dum tac tac 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 dum tac tac. Okay, so this is the Hasha rhythm. Okay, so this is a 2/4 rhythm. It's an Iraqi rhythm. This rhythm was presented to me by Asala Ibrahim, the amazing teacher, Iraqi teacher, and she told me, "Look, Maria, this Hasha rhythm is very common in the dance, which is called Raqs al Hasha, which is the daggers." Dance of Iraq. And she told me that they have a variation or another rhythm that is called Ruba. Okay, so Ruba is the fastest version of the hash. Okay, I'm going to play Ruba for you. For example, this is the Ruba. Ruba, Iraqi, 2/4, dos cuartos. Dum tac tac 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 dum tac tac. Okay, so we have the slow variation, which is called Hasha, dum ta ta dum ta ta dum ta ta, and we have the fast variation, which is dum ta ta dum ta ta dum ta ta dum ta ta. So the Hasha, the rhythm Hasha, is more for Raqs al Hasha, the daggers dance of Iraq. Okay, which can include movements of the hair of the kauliya, which, yeah, with the hair. And for example, she told me, always when you are going to do Raqs al Hasha, you have to have the Hasha rhythm. Okay, for example, the Ruba, which is the fastest, the fastest version of the Hasha, it is more for Raksa Kauliya per se, what we know, the figure eights or the circles, the front and back circle of the Kauliya. So it's more for this. So when we hear Hasha, it's more for Raqs al Hasha, the daggers dance, more for Iraqi, maybe Kauliya. Okay, so that's it. We finish. So everybody's okay? Just tell me if everybody is okay. If you have any question. So we don't have time to dance, but I hope that you enjoyed this as much as I did. As I told you before, I'm just sharing what I know. I'm not saying that I know it all. No, I have more questions than answers. And I keep researching and I keep getting more and more confused. Books that I'm recommending: this one, The Percussion Ensemble of the Arabian Peninsula, which I'm recommending, which other Music and Traditions of the Arabian Peninsula. This one is also about basic rhythms, okay, Bellydance rhythm resource. This one, The Music of the Arabs, is also very nice to have. This is a gem, very difficult to find. I download. I have to buy this thesis. So this is the rhythm of Arabian music by Hermann Rechberger. Okay, Rechberger. This is a very good one, and it has many rhythms. And of course, I'm going to recommend you my book. My book, I just launched it yesterday. Is in English and is in Spanish. Okay, you are going to have the each rhythm with the variations in the cipher method, but we are going to have it also in musical notation. Okay, I'm also selling my CD, which I developed with Sherif Abu El Sadat, which is the one that you are listening. So thank you so much for joining this chat. Doris, thank you, Maria, for sharing your passion and made this incredible research on all these rhythms. Thank you so much. As I told you, Lovely is still connected, and Lovely, what time is in your country? Because I think it's very early. Okay, Mariana, you should talk to Ellen Oriental because she did a lot of. Yeah, amazing. I love this. Thank you so much, Mariana. I will talk to her, of course. In the okay, in 16. Okay, super amazing. Yeah, girls, let's just keep researching. Let's share information, let's do documents. Let's just chat. And with, for example, you are very passionate about rhythms, and me too. So let's get in touch. Let's try it. Let's share, let's connect, because this is super. Lovely says it's 4:37 a.m. in her country. Lovely. Thank you so much for connecting. So, girls, it was a pleasure to meet you here, and I'm always here for you. Okay, so big hug to everybody and kisses. Love you. Bye bye.